Hey, good evening. It's actually Friday evening, June 12th, and I just went through my birthday 2 days ago. I turned 61. That is so crazy to even say that number. But I feel good. I still have a lot of my ups and downs, my anxiety moments, which I just had one recently, but you know what? I'm pretty accepting of everything, and I actually feel really good. I went and took myself on a solo trip for the very first time ever. I went to Bentonville, Arkansas, and I reserved a little Airbnb, which again was the very first time I ever did something like that. And it was absolutely perfect for myself because it like was totally my style. Like as you could see behind me, like my room has a lot of different colors. And my sister Vivian always told me that I kind of had this like bohemian type of style about me, like real hippie. And I think I absolutely love that because that truly is who I am. Very carefree, just very, just wanting to be, wow, losing my words here. I just don't want to like settle, I just want to not let things bother me and just be relaxed and content. And it's not always that easy. But I figured, like, from my trip, as long as I create the space and I feel good about it, that is absolutely what matters. So I want to get into this blog that I wrote back on, I think it was November like 25th or something, and tell you guys how much some of these things are just incredible. How I was just actually writing about them recently because I've decided that there's a lot of things in my past, in my childhood, teen years, young adult, that I just want to get out and put on paper and write it in a way that matters to other people. Maybe they can relate to it. Maybe there's something about it that, you know, helps them to realize that they're absolutely not alone, because I don't want anyone to ever feel that way. I want them to know that there's somebody out there that really truly cares about them and loves them and knows a little bit of what they're going through. And so I'm going to get into this blog, like I said, and then kind of update you a little bit on what's happening in my life most recently. And yeah, all right. So this one, like I said, was from November 25th of last year, and it's called Losing the Weight of Depression and Negativity. So I began with, since November 3rd, I had not drank. There are times that I miss it, like chugging down a seltzer and feeling the slight buzz, and then the mental invincibility. But recalling how, though I could feel that surface level of mentality strength, I still had the underlying feeling of dread, hurt, frustration, and depression. It honestly made me mad. I knew what I was trying to accomplish by drinking. It made me happy, and honestly, I enjoyed going out and having a few. But I looked at myself in the mirror and I saw the tired face, the weight gain, and how much I was spending each week on alcohol. Not to mention, someone told me that I did not have my usual peppy step in the day and the light that I can actually bring into the room. This isn't me trying to glorify myself at all. A person wants to have that light when they walk around people, and for the longest time, I actually had it. It was truly God-given. But fast forward to this particular day, which was the end of November 2025, and 40 days later, I'd been to the gym several times, even going to one when I was out of town, when my daughter was out of practice. And then another particular time when my daughter and I were at one of her volleyball matches, and we were at a hotel that evening, and her and I got a workout in. It was absolutely wonderful. So it helped me a lot because I was having a lot of trouble breathing and catching my breath just from going up and down stairs. But I could tell at that particular time, the time that I was working out, that it felt so much better within my system. Like I can actually do things and feel it for what they are. And if something was bothering me, I didn't spiral as usual. And that continues even to this day in June. So, as a result of that, I learned how I could take the thought and place reality to it and how it affects me. Most of the time, the things that trigger me have to do with how people treat me or how they treat others. I have to stop and determine how much control I actually have over others, which is none existent. I also consider if I would go to that person who upsets me for advice or confide in them. If I don't think that I can actually go to them, then there's absolutely no reason to be upset over what they are saying because they matter not to me. All of this is learned behavior, and it's not as easy as I make it out to sound. It's a process and one that I have to give attention to each time I feel like I'm about to perpetuate on something. There is so much in this world that bothers me now. The lack of empathy and sensitivity for others just absolutely blows my mind. I don't understand the selfishness in our country and how easily dissension happens. Also, how many can follow a rhetoric of atrocities without any conscience? They turn a blind eye for the sake of thinking that this is what the Bible wants them to do. God gave us free will, yet He doesn't mean for us to use it against one another. And I fully believe He expects us to use common sense and the compassion that He demonstrates. And that was for everyone, regardless of where they came from or who they are. I guess you could say the one thing that can make my mind get stuck in shock is how some people are acting as if they could treat others without regard. I've been praying so much as I continue to take care of myself and my girls. I'm proud of my daughters and how far they have come, especially from a tragic loss of their dad and the lack of respect and support that they ever got from his family. But they have all shown perseverance. I had to demonstrate that to them, though I myself never felt completely confident and definitely have not always been fully present. The one thing I knew was the presence of Christ and how I had to find ways to make it work. Life is a journey of constant transformations, most of the time fairly exhausting. I find myself going to the gym to help release those adversities. I pray to make it a habit. Fast forward to today, and I think I stuck with it for a couple of months, to be honest, but did not make it a habit. The one thing that I did make a habit is just constantly being on the go and making sure I get some type of workout in. So I'm definitely doing that. So let me see, where was it? Oh, yes, how I pray to make it a habit through it all. I also pray, I'm having to hold my phone, by the way, because my stand is downstairs and heaven forbid I would actually go up and down the stairs to go grab it. I knew if I did that, I'd probably get distracted and then I would never get this video done. Okay, back to where I was. All right. I also pray I continue to make the right choices when it comes to letting people in my life. Those who show their true colors are really absolutely who they are. This particular story went into a, let's just say I wrote it all down because it made a huge difference in my life. So I'm going to tell you what the story is. I was at a vendor market in another town with these friends that I thought were my friends, and they are no longer. And when someone walked by us, it was clearly a trans person, walked by us. I smiled at them and their colorful display of clothes. Two of the persons that I was with out of three curled their lips and rolled their eyes. And even one of them made a ugh sound. It was the first time I saw their true colors. Don't overlook stuff like this and be open with people that you are around. Be conscious of who you surround yourself with, as you do not want to lose yourself in those who try to influence you the wrong way. Stay true to who you are. Depression can happen when we are too busy trying to accommodate what others expect us to be, which is likely what we see and what we are seeing most of these days. Take it from me. Be the light. Walk into a room like Jesus sent you. And remember, along with him, he had many by his side who were all types, not just those that look like him or others. But that is the beauty of who we are and our existence of the world that we live in right now. Okay, my arm is getting tired. Okay, so there's Bentley. Did I tell you that he's blind now? That was really heartbreaking. I still love him so much. I bring you up to date. It's June 12th, and like I said, I passed another birthday, and I actually feel pretty good. I've definitely had some moments where I did not feel so good. Okay, they're not moments. Let's just face it. It's what I go through on a regular basis when I have these ups and downs, or when I do something that I know I probably should have thought through. The good thing about that is it's not completely horrible. It's not like all the things that I used to do. It's probably more of a transparent and passionate kind of outburst that I have now. Like, I feel really passionate about educating young women about sex trafficking and, you know, what abuse looks like, and also like what bullying is like. And I get pretty passionate about that stuff, but that's beside everything else that I want to do. I've discovered that I just want to leave some type of mark before I go. And a close friend of mine said, "Well, Darlene, are you doing that with your daughters?" Yeah, I really am. I do not know what it is about me that still feels like I need to do something further so I'm not forgotten when I die. I don't know. I guess that's just something that hopefully I'll figure out before I die, and I don't spend a lot of time figuring it out and making sure that I'm spending a lot of time enjoying life, which I truly think I am. I really, really do. I'm thankful for a lot. I have been working on a room just below us where I want to spend more of my time writing, which is what I did when I was in Arkansas. So I just wanted to recreate that and have that for myself. And, you know, I've been able to do that. And I haven't even spent like hardly any money. It's just a matter of simplifying things, you know, like getting rid of stuff that just isn't me anymore. And it just feels really good. So Anyway, that's kind of where I'm at. I've been listening to a book by Tyler Merritt that has just really, really opened my eyes to honesty and authenticity. A lot of the way he writes just pretty much sounds like the way I write and talk. And I always thought it just felt so too transparent, too honest, too real. But that man's like not afraid. And guess what? I don't want to be afraid either. I know I don't have to reveal like all of my secrets of everything I went through from the time I was born until my young adult years, but I don't know. Maybe that's just part of therapy and discovering who you are. And maybe it's also part of wanting to share these things with others so that they know they're not the only ones that have gone through some really tough times. And maybe they're going through it when they read my stuff and discover, holy crap, these kind of things happened to Darlene, 30 years ago, and look at her now. 30 years is a very long time. However, I think it still makes a difference to help people realize how capable you actually are. And by giving your life up to God, that really helps too. All right, I gotta run. I've got to take a shower and I just want to kick back and relax, but I absolutely wanted to get this video in for you and just tell you guys how much I really want to help you and how much I actually care for you guys. I don't know who's listening, but anyway, remember to ask Jesus to come into your heart, because with him, he does make things possible. He's not going to make it all go away. Sorry, but definitely makes it so that you feel more capable when you feel you're at your weakest. All right, love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.